Today in this tutorial we are going to take a look at another application within the Drive Google Suite. So first of all, as you can see, I am in Drive and I'm going to go to Create, and you should recognize Document, Presentation, Spreadsheet. We're going to take a look at Form. Now Form is an ideal tool to create surveys or quizzes and share with people to fill out. So let's take a look at what one looks like. This is the initial form and what it looks like, and you can enter a title here. You can include text that will help them fill out the form, and then you have a number of choices of questions. And let's take a look at the choices. You have text, which is a short answer text, a paragraph text, a multiple choice, check boxes, choose from a list, scale, or a grid. Now once you've chosen these, like if I choose multiple choice, I can enter my question here. I could give them some help text to understand what it's about. And then down here I can enter my choices, and I could have as many choices as I want. I can just keep adding them. If I wanted to do something a little different, I could actually add an other where they could actually type in an answer instead of choosing from my choices. The thing I think is the most important is right here. Make this a required question. If you check this to make it a required question, then what happens is they cannot finish the form until they've answered every one of the required questions. And you can always come back. You can go to get new questions. You hit right up here, add item, and you would then have choices and choose what you would like to add. But you can also come back and edit a question that you've already done by hitting edit and going back and changing those things. But another area that's important to fill out is right up here. The default is to require that they sign in to view the form. But the second thing I think is important is right here, to automatically collect their username, because without that checked, a person could fill out the form a number of times and you wouldn't know. By putting their username, then you know exactly that they've only done it one time, or understanding that they won't try to do it more. So that's how you build a form. So let's take a look at one that I've already completed. This is one that I've already done. And initially we see here multiple choice, and next you see a checkbox so they can choose more than one answer that fits the question. You have a listing where there's the list to choose from. You have the short answer, and you also have the paragraph answer. And then down here is the scale that you can build. The only question that I didn't build was one for a grid. So those are the different types of questions you would have. Now once you've made the form, you would then email it to the students. And since it's within the domain, you're going to already have everyone's email within the domain, or you could build a group and choose that, and it would be emailed to everybody. Now, what do you get when someone's done the test? Well, let me show you. Once they've answered the questions and sent them in, it's going to look like this. You get a spreadsheet that shows the answers. And as you can see, for the first time, I sent it to myself in two different emails. And the first one, I had not checked to collect a username. So I have no idea who made that. But on the second one, I did check it, so therefore I knew who had answered this question. And I can go through and I can see their different answers, and I would be able to grade them. Now, if I wanted to go back and edit the form, I could actually go up here to Form and hit Edit Form, and the form comes back, and that's what I did when I changed and turned this part on. I just went back in and edited it. And so I can go in and edit the form anytime I want. Another thing I can do is to show a summary of responses. And this takes the answers that have already come in and puts them in a graph. It gives me an overall, so I can view, are the students understanding, or if this is for adult, or whoever I've sent this to, this will show me, it'll give me an idea if they're understanding what we're dealing with here. Now, of course, obviously, for the description ones is not going to be giving a graph, but for the others you get a graph and you have a good idea, oh, they're understanding this question. Now if you want to see exactly what it looks like, because I chose to have a different background when I built the form, I can go to Live Form, again under Forms, and this is the background I built into it to make it look a little nicer when they're answering. And as you can see, the little asterisks that show that they are required, and it shows that there and tells them that. So this is what a form looks like. This is the results that you get back and how those look. So it's not a very hard thing to do, but it is a great tool within education, within the Google Apps for Education domain. This ends this tutorial.